Hi guys, Clockwork Dandy Needles here. This is the last video in the Germany series, so there isn't much to it. So there's not much to today's video, it's just kind of wrapping up my kind of Germany trip, kind of reflecting on how I think it went, and just generally why you should visit Germany. This video picks up as we were leaving Cologne. Again, lots and lots of kind of video footage just for you guys to see, just the building, the architecture of a bigger city. So far you've seen little kind of tiny towns, little kind of rural areas, but this again is Cologne, and everyone knows it for this dark church, which looks very similar to Coventry. If you've ever been to the Coventry, you'll see the spires of Coventry, and they are dark and they are kind of a bit grubby. So my trip to Germany was different this time. So I've travelled abroad before, but I'd never been on a road trip. It was a 3-day road trip, and it was definitely a different way to see Germany. We didn't really have much of a plan. I knew I wanted to do a few little sites. Apart from that, we played connect the dots and just finding places along the way. So I arrived in Nuremberg. My exit flight was Düsseldorf Wies, I think it's called Wies. Be aware that is not in Düsseldorf. This is the mistake we made. We thought it was the big one in Düsseldorf, and it's not. It was about 50 minutes away from Düsseldorf, and it was a mile from the Netherlands. So Düsseldorf itself, as you can see here, is really pretty. There's the bridge, there's a nice river. It's very typical of big, expansive German towns. There's a lot of very big kind of concrete buildings and things. So the flight from my area, so I did Stansted to, from Wies, the flight itself was about an hour and 30. We had a tailwind on the way out, and so I arrived really early, but again, it was a little bit delayed leaving anyway. I have to say that coming to Germany for a food experience is fantastic. If you're a good lover of food, definitely come. Again, wine and beer. Germany is also known for its heavy metal festivals and a lot of heavy metal bands, if you're into like that kind of music. It's very historical as well. I studied history, German history, during uni. I studied it at the kind of A-level. So it's interesting to see these places out of the textbook. So you study all this kind of like rise to power kind of thing, and then it's kind of amazing when you see it in person because it feels more real. Flying itself on my own was a weird experience, but I am glad I did it. I feel like I've expanded as a person from going out there on my own. So sure, I was meeting someone on the other end, but I travelled alone. I did all the booking, and I got on a plane on myself, and it's something I think a lot of people say you must travel alone at some point. You have to do it. Just try it for once kind of thing. You become a more rounded person. And I finally think I understand what that means. You're forced to like talk to people occasionally as well. I loved it. I really think that Germany, again, I keep coming back to Germany for its culinary experiences. I need to go to Hamburg at some point and Berlin at some point. So there's a lot more for Germany for me, but just not this coming year. So I've got a lot more coming up. And just generally, the flight is just sit back, relax. It's just Ryanair, but I recommend going with Ryanair. I have no issues with Ryanair. I don't think I've ever had an issue with them either. So they are your budget airline. So things I really like about Germany, why you should come. Number 1, the people are friendly and talkative. Number 2, that each of the towns have their own character. A lot of traits are carried over, and each of the areas in Germany, because it's so big, they have their own dialects, they have their own kind of local traditions. So everybody's got their own kind of take on Wurst, which is the sausages. Another reason you should come to Germany, it's just an eye-opener to see the different countryside. So you go from being in big cities to Alps to forests. It's really, really cool. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I know it's been a bit up and down, and it's definitely not as popular as my Romania one. I've got almost like 300 views on the Romanian videos, but I'm barely breaking like 10 on the Germany stuff. So, you know, maybe it's just not popular. Maybe it's because it's so popular, people have done it before. I don't know. But I'm going to keep making these videos because I enjoy making them and I enjoy putting them up. I know I'm not expecting to ever become a big YouTuber. But I do hope that a bit more get out of this, and I hope that a few more people start watching as I start exploring the world, because I want to share my experiences with people, because I will be travelling alone a few times, and I will be doing it in a way that I'm working on a budget, quite a thing. So I'm proving that you can travel the world on a budget. So thank you for watching my videos. Please give me some feedback, give me some kind of love. Please subscribe to the channel if you think there's a potential there. I know it's early days for the channel. I'm trying different things, trying to improve how I make these videos, and I just say get out there and go do it, because life is short and you could be saving for a rainy day, and that rainy day just doesn't get a chance to come around. So I always like to try and book my next plan and like know where I'm going next. So the next plan for me, you've got a Sky Garden video coming up, you've got a Oyatsu box coming up, you're going to have the MCM October Expo. I am going to be vlogging for that, so if you are interested in cosplay and stuff, that should be definitely up your alley. And then I'm going to Hungary, so that'll be a 4-day trip in Hungary. So that is the plan for the end of the year, and again I might do some trips to London in the meantime. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and I will see you all again in another video, guys. Bye bye.